The kitchen with Wendy Battles. Yes, clean eating coach.
Good morning, Jeff.
Glad to see you back.
It's great to see you
What
too.
a wonderful day. Always a happy day when Wendy's with us. And so winter, well, unfortunately, it's not quite over yet.
No.
We're getting a lot of people, especially the last couple of weeks, you sort of get into that sort of cabin fever, comfort food mood.
Yes.
But comfort food can be a little bit, well, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Make it
right?
a little hefty sometimes. And as you know, after the blizzard a couple weeks ago, what did we do that weekend? We sat around, we ate a lot of comfort food.
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't the healthiest. So as I always tell my clients, it's just trying to clean up some of our favorite foods. So today we're taking an old classic. We have a shepherd's pie.
Ah, okay.
And, you know, that's, mashed potatoes, ground beef, some veggies in there. It's really tasty, but, you know, it can kind of pack on the pounds if we eat a little too much,
That's true.
right?
Yeah, very hearty. Sticks to your ribs
exactly.
kind
It
of a
does
thing,
stick
right?
to your ribs. So we
Yeah.
can take something like that and we can clean it up and make a healthier version. And that's what we're going to do today. So this is very simple. And we're going to start off, it's sort of a two-step process. So first of all, instead of white potatoes, today we're going to be using some sweet potatoes.
Love them.
Right? So we know that sweet potatoes are really good for us.
Very healthy. Vitamin A.
Exactly, vitamin A. Lots of antioxidants. So
What I like to call cancer repellent.
Oh, absolutely, me too, right?
Yep.
It's so good for that. So the first step is that we would chop up a couple of sweet potatoes, we'd boil them. While we're doing that, we're going to sort of build the bottom of it.
Okay.
Now, traditionally, in a shepherd's pie, we might use ground beef, right? But we know that it's got some cholesterol and fat in it,
Yep,
and we
a
can
little
make it a
more,
little
yeah.
healthier. So what I've done today is just take some ground turkey instead.
Love it.
Right? Lean
Yeah.
ground turkey, a little better for us.
Yep.
We've mixed it with some celery and onions. And now all we're going to do is add in some seasoning. So we're just adding in some fresh, or I should say dried tarragon, some dried thyme. So it's going to give it a really nice flavor.
You had me, like before you even started adding this stuff, I have to confess, now I'm way at the other end of the studio and I would have come over here like floated through the air on the scent like Fred Flintstone, just on the aroma itself.
So you could smell it, huh?
Yes, yeah,
Excellent.
it's fantastic.
So we're just adding a little sea salt and some fresh pepper, right? And then to make it kind of interesting, we're going to add in some fire roasted corn. Right,
How
so we're going to
neat.
give this a really nice flavor by adding this in.
I got bored over there, so I'm just coming
Yeah,
over.
come on over, Sam.
I got bored. So
You just-
Hey, all right.
no,
So we're
it's-
just building our
Say
little.
hi.
Hi.
Can I do the mixing?
Good morning,
absolutely. Mix
Flintstone.
that up. Mix that up. I'm going to move on over here.
You stir,
so,
buddy.
I'm just going to stand and stir.
So here's what we're going to do. So this is our
Nice
first
work.
part.
Thanks.
We're now we're going to get our topping ready. Right.
Yeah.
This is really simple, and it's just our sweet potatoes that we have boiled for about only 10 minutes. Then
Yeah.
chopped them up smally. And then all we're going to do is take, so, you know, normally if you're making shepherd's pie, you might use milk and butter,
Ah, so
right? We're going to make it a little healthier,
less heavy.
right? Exactly. So I just am using some vegetable broth instead.
So you can sub it like that.
Absolutely.
And a fancy
Absolutely.
schmancy immersion
Immersion blender.
Immersion blender.
Right,
Thank you.
exactly.
Oh, is that what this is? Okay.
That's all this is.
By the way, I
Us
noticed
foodies, we know about this.
Exactly.
you're a foodie. All right, you guys,
So
you
this
should
is
be
all
doing
I
this.
did, right? I just mixed this up a little bit, the sweet potatoes.
You didn't have to do a lot.
And didn't have to do a lot, right? And now all we're going to do is we're going to take, so if we were going to build this now, we would just take some of this,
I like the
right?
build.
This
Yes.
is how easy this is.
It's not just mixing, it's building.
It's building.
It's
We're
stacked.
building
It's such-
something healthy.
It's such a super easy meal to make.
Right?
and
It is so super easy to make
I actually,
this. It's
I actually
not
eat this at home all
hard.
the time.
Not hard at all.
See, my
right?
problem is I'd want to eat the entire
Well,
the
I know,
entire
right?
thing,
And
'cause
so
it's so
imagine,
good.
too, that we could pair this with something healthy. So we might have our
Yeah.
shepherd's pie with a nice green salad. We could have
That's
it with
true.
some sauteed green. You know, we like to talk about greens on the show. We could have some greens,
Yes.
something like that. So we basically
right.
would just build it, and then we would just take our sweet potatoes, as you can imagine, and we would just layer them on just like we normally would.
Right across the entire
Right,
pan,
right
you do it
across
like
the
that.
entire pan.
And do you have to do anything once you put it together? Like, do you have to let it sit for a time or anything? Or is it just pretty much ready to serve?
So actually, after we build it and it looks like this,
Yeah.
we're going to stick it in the oven, a 350 oven, for about 30 to 35 minutes till it's nice and warm.
Get
You guys
everything
want to know a
nice.
fun fact about shepherd's pie?
Yeah, tell
Lay
me.
it on me.
Okay, here's the fun fact about
we gotta
shepherd's
go
pie.
soon.
Okay, it's actually called cottage pie if it's made with beef.
Really?
Yes, shepherd's pie has to be, well, shepherd's pie. It has to be made
All
with
right,
I've been
so
calling
just
it the
give
wrong
this-
thing all these years.
Give this a try. See what you think about this. That one.
I can't. I mustn't. I shall. All right, gotta
So
get
just
some of
about
that
this, how
turkey.
simple this is. It takes about maybe half an hour to assemble it, another half an hour to bake it. What do you think?
Seconds to eat it.
Right?
And very
Healthy
happy.
comfort food, just like that.
It is
much healthier
delicious.
than the traditional.
Wendy Battles, you're always a rock star. Thank you very much for being here as
My
always. And of course, can
pleasure.
they